get her some water, or, tell her that it was great, whatever. Some people would come off, have a cigarette, a shot, go back out. and some people can sing with a bad sore throat because their doctor would give them cortisone shots, and they'll sing, which is damaging to the cords, because you've got the steroid, the support, but then you're really sick.
Right.
She would never do that.
Through. Oh, I see.
Yeah, in other words, I can't go on.
She always took good care of herself.
Always took. Even today. Especially, and of me as well, which is really critical. I would not do as well with general health if it weren't for how she can watch for food groups and carbohydrates and avoid too much salt and sugar. So it's a wonder.
Because as a vocalist, there's all kinds of foods that you're not supposed to eat before you go sing.
Right.
And almost the only thing you're supposed to put in the only thing you're supposed to ingest before singing is really water or maybe an apple.
Yes.
Almost everything else in the world.
Right.
Basically, I mean, it's ridiculous. I could. It's not ridiculous. It's just it's a cross to bear. I could never endure that.
Yeah.
I mean, like cheeseburger,
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
you can't eat that kind of food and then go sing. It's amazing.
What happens is if you're adhering to this and not taking anything in, when you finish 3 hours later, you're starving. So that was a time for everyone to go out and pig out.
Right.
And some of the singers are 300 and 400 pounds, believe it or not. And when they go eat, they eat.
That's how they got that way.
Your dinner, their dinner, your dinner, and whoever leaves everything behind.
Yeah.
And then they may order a second entree.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. One, again, nameless, one woman who had to be about 320, short, dynamite singer, would just have this ravenous approach to anytime food was available. So, but I would really be part of the whole experience, from rehearsal to helping her study in her room. In other words, before she went on, they usually let you know you've got Leslie, you've got half hour until you appear. Be sure you're ready, that sort of thing. So she'd be studying, maybe at the piano, so she could play and also accompany herself. And then I would just keep her calm. And she'd go out and do the thing. It was a precious time. It really was. And I miss it a lot. In fact, I miss it more than she does, because I was sort of the impresario on my own level, and the socialization and the partying and was just outstanding.
I bet, And these world-class performers.
Right, world-class performers. And so you might get a call from Gordon Getty up on Pacific Avenue, saying, we're having a soiree tonight. 7 or 8 opera singers are coming. You don't want to miss that, because it's a catered meal. It's the best wines in the world. People are singing. It's just a grand old time. So I miss that more than anything. Of course, I wasn't working. I wasn't the one doing the 3 hours, sweating on stage, losing 3 or 4 pounds of weight from singing in Rome. Middle of the day near the Coliseum.
But what an opportunity.
Yeah, great opportunity.
Does that whole experience of having been around, I guess, the mechanics of the world of music production, stage production, rehearsing, meeting all these people, the conductors, the violinists, the opera singer, does it, when you listen to that, when you listen to classical music in general, how much of just the sitting and listening to it, how much do you think about that time, or do you just listen to it, or has that experience really changed the way you listen to music? I think is what I'm asking.
It has changed because I know more about how to phrase this. I know more about what I like. I may not be able to explain it to you musically, but I can tell when something is performed poorly.
Right.
I can listen to a singer with Leslie, like vocal competitions for young singers trying to get into the opera world, and I'll say, "What did you think of so and so?" And she'll say, "Well, name all the technical difficulties." I won't know those, but I'll know that she was just not right. It just wasn't there.
And so you can start to spot those kinds of things.
Yeah, and even listening to the radio now, occasionally I'll spot someone out of sync.
Right.
A flat, as Leslie would say, so and so is flat.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, how can they be flat? They're professionals. No, they're flat.
Yeah, boy, it's a hell of a thing to get up there and do that.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to hear yourself.
Right.
To be able to sing the note in tune. I can just pick any note of that guitar. Doesn't matter if I can hear myself or not. I can look and see where my hand is, and it should be the right note if the guitar's in tune.
Okay.
If you can't hear your voice, you can't produce the note. So if there's depending on how much noise there is on stage,
sure.
it can really compromise your ability to do it.
Or whether we have this guy over here.
Precisely.
Is this going to interfere with our vocal track?
It's not any louder than any of the noises that are coming along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, funny he picked this spot.
I think he wanted to be on the line of. Oh no, he's behind. Well, whatever.
He's really having an engaging conversation.
Oh yeah.
It's the moth with the flame.
Maybe we can
syndrome.
interview him next.
Maybe. if by next you mean.
Well, you don't need any company there.
Yeah, it doesn't need my company.
Yeah, no, he's got answers and continue more answers.
Yeah, well. So
Anyway.
yeah, be that as it may.
So sorry, just for a sec. It's
yeah.
been 33 and a half minutes,
Okay.
so I know we wanted to spend around that length on classical music for today, just to not
Okay.
Yeah, thank
overdue.
you. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
So just
Bring it to a close.
I think
wind
we can,
down here, I
and I
think.
think if we want to return to the subject,
Good.
then
Yeah,
we can. But I think that's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, it's a pregnant
Good looking at
discussion when we talk about opera music.
What are you expecting?
I was expecting to be able.
When he said it was pregnant, I said, "Are you expecting?"
Oh, yeah. I missed that one.
I didn't too.
Right. And then you took a pregnant pause. I mean, we could just,
Okay.
I'm reaching for my water, but it broke.
One quick story, just to encapsulate it all. Back to Giancarlo Benanti, who had this famous Spoleto festival in Charleston, South Carolina. So they replicated Spoleto, Italy, where there was a music opera festival. So he decided, when he was here in America, why not do one in the South? And he had friends there that negotiated to have this great summer festival. So Leslie's invited to do St. Bleecker Street. So,
cool.
And then we're invited to dinner at the composer's home. Just a palace, just a beautiful place. And Old South. You almost expected to have servants come in.
Okay.
So the dinner happens. There are maybe 10 people in attendance, all fairly well-known people in the opera world or in the community. A lot of rich folks who are sponsoring this festival. So he's holding court, as he would like to do. A man of about 80 years old, speaking Italian and broken English, and so regaling us with stories of his favorite operas and what have you.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the phone rings, and he says, "Excuse me, I have to take this." "Hello, Berezhnikov. How are you?" "Oh yes, I want to tell you happy birthday, Berezhnikov." And he hangs up, goes back to his, uninterrupted, goes back to his spaghetti or whatever. So little things like that would happen as a kind of a dividend of being in that world.
That's so cool.
You were just privy.
Yeah.
Leontine Price, this famous diva, sitting across from Leslie and I at a dinner, and she's enamored of us as a young couple, and she says, "Leslie, when you have a child, I want to sing at the baptism." So just the other day I said, Leontine Price is still alive. She's in her 90s. You better get busy, Leslie, because we want to hear her sing. Anyway, lots of stories.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fantastic.
thank you.
Yeah.
And we can cut out whatever's inappropriate.
I don't call anything being inappropriate.
Okay.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I might have referred to them as schizophrenic, but I think who cares?
We good?
And I don't.
All right.
Thank you.
Fabulous.